morning, guys. Patience here. Happy New Year. Have you decided that your resolution is a little too tough or a little too difficult, or maybe you just like to try something new? Well, search no longer, because here are 20 easy resolution tips that you can implement right now and see some good results with. Number 1, drink a glass of water in the morning every day. Now, this seems kind of like a random habit, but when you drink water, it actually helps a lot of things to happen. It helps clear your face, help your skin, a lot of other stuff that I probably don't know, I just know it's good for you. Honestly, no. I don't research the benefits of water half as much as I should, but I know that it's good for you, and I know that if you make this change, it'll probably shake out well for your health, for your mental well-being, all that good stuff. If you want, you could try for 21 days, which is pretty much the average time it takes to build a habit. I'd shoot for 25 just in case, but 21 is pretty much the average way to go. So if you're looking to build a habit of daily water drinking, you can fill your glass up in the morning and then chug it, and then have that be a thing. So every morning you chug one glass of water. That would be a fun resolution. Number 2, listen to fun music in the mornings. Okay, I don't know if you do this too, but I do this all the time. Where I'm as you see, this is my bed here, right? So I'll be sleeping and I'll be and then it's morning and I see the sunlight in and I'm already kind of awake. I'm just kind of I really don't feel like getting out of bed today. I just really don't feel like this. But something that helps me is if I take my phone, and if I've done this the night before, if I don't do it the night before, I get scrolling around on Pinterest ooh, memes. But if I do it the night before, I can avoid the Pinterest trap. And I can hit the play button, and that just automatically gets me rejuvenated for my morning. I can jump out of the bed with that early 2000s teen rom-com music in the background and just feel like a main character as I get dressed for the day. I know that's such a trend right now, but I liked this before that was a trend. So I think this is a really fun habit that anyone can build. It'll really help you get in the mood for your day and set the tone. It's a purposeful day that's gonna move you forward. Number 3, and this one is one I'm sure you've heard before. I'm very positive that you've heard this one before because everyone says it. Make your bed every morning. Now, as you can see, my bed here, I don't know how much you can see. I don't know if you can see it, but my bed here, it is made. And it was not 5 minutes ago. Yes, I made my bed specifically for this video. So that's a thing that happens a lot. So I've been trying to make my bed in the morning, first thing, as soon as I can. That's going to be one of my resolutions. So what this really helps with is it gives you a sense of purpose in the day. It starts off that cycle of doing something leads to more doing things and more doing things and so on. That's actually a scientific fact. If you start with something small, you can go and build up. Number 4, do a plank every morning. Okay, so this is a really easy way to build muscle without a ton of effort. Planks are really great because if you do them right, they engage your core, they also work on your arms, your legs a bit, and this is not a ton of time. If you just hold a plank for as long as you can, you'll feel yourself gradually growing stronger and stronger and being able to hold it longer. But it's also not a full-fledged committing to workouts or committing to gyms. It's just you just roll out of bed and you do a plank. Maybe while your teen music is blaring in the background. I don't know. Either way, you end up building some great muscle and just getting your blood flowing for the morning. Number 5, give someone a sincere compliment every day. This does not have to be difficult. You could literally text someone and be like, Georgette, your chat box is looking sparkly. Why did I say that? I don't know. I would be really weirded out if someone said that to me. I don't know. You could say, Georgette, you always have the prettiest Instagram pictures. I don't have social media, so I wouldn't know, but that's an example. So even if you're not seeing anyone during the day, even if you're still in quarantine, you can just, boop, send off a nice text message with one sincere compliment a day. I think this is really nice because it boosts your perception of yourself as well as the way you see the world. By complimenting others, you're indirectly telling your brain, hey, I want to like this person. So when you do that, it elevates that person in your mind and you have a better time being with them. It's kind of a weird fact. You can make yourself like people, even people you really dislike, by doing this. It sounds crazy, but it works. You don't have to go and make anyone you dislike someone you really like, but if you give one person a compliment every day, you can really raise your living standards by making yourself happier to be around who you're usually around, and also just happier with yourself, happier with the way you work, the way you live your life. Number 6, meditation. And you've probably heard this from a bajillion YouTubers by now. So just meditation, meditation, meditation. And you're really, Patience, I don't want to hear this right now. But It's really good for you. It's really nice. It's good to have some time to just be, to just calm your mind, even if you don't really feel like calming it. You can just let it go. Just let it do whatever the heck it wants. Relax, just let your limbs go jelly. There are a lot of health benefits and mental benefits as well, such as increased concentration and just better performance overall during your day. So if you take as much as like 5 minutes to meditate, you can even meditate while doing your plank. Can you do that? I don't know if you can do that, but if you could, that would be a really efficient way to use your time. Maybe, I don't know, but you can meditate for as little as like 5 minutes. 5-minute meditations really work. I've done some of them. You just, maybe while you're getting your morning tea, you can boil the water, and while it boils, you can just, even standing, you don't even have to sit, you can just stand, take a deep breath, feel your fingers, feel your hands. Meditation. Number 7, this is a gratitude journal. I'm not sure if you've heard of these, but they're really useful. So what you do is at the end of every day, you just pull out your phone, you hit notes, and you write down one thing. It doesn't even have to be in a phone. You can write this in a journal, but I like phone better because it's like, you know, it's there. It's not like I have to like go out of my way to do something. You can write something nice that happened today. Like, for example, today I could say I got to make a YouTube video. Or tomorrow I might say, my room really smelled nice today. Or I don't know. There was a nice breeze in the house today. I don't know. And there's always something to be thankful for. But what this does is it brings your mind back to the gratitude and the good things in your life. And by doing that helps your brain to search for the good things. 8, in a similar vein, you can do a proof journal. And this is it might sound a little weird at first, but hear me out. These things are really useful. You can take your phone again, or you can take a journal or a piece of paper, and you can type it out. You can say, reasons that I am fill in the blank. And if you're someone who struggles with self-worth, you might say, reasons I am a kind, worthy human being. Or you might put in, reasons I am a valued member of the group. Or reasons I like to help my friends. Something that you feel like you want to be more of. And again, like the gratitude journal, this will set your brain thinking about it, saying, okay, I have to come up with a proof for this thing. I have to come up with a proof for this thing. And so it will be looking for the proofs in your life. So whenever you see one, you can just whip out your phone, tap it in, put it back, or you can even wait until the end of the day. Either way, this works wonders. Try it for a week with the same prompt, and then after you feel it, you can switch it around, or you can stick with the same one. Number 9. This one probably won't apply as much because we're in quarantine. But whenever you can, take the stairs and not the elevator. Alrighty, if you're enjoying it so far, please consider sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I'd also really appreciate it if you could leave a comment. I really enjoy replying to you guys. I'd love to hear from you soon. Alright, back to the video. 10. Unfollow people who make you sad. It doesn't matter if you have a good reason or not. I used to think that you needed to have like a good reason for these things. Like if I'm gonna leave this chat that makes me unhappy, I need like a reason. I need like a solid reason to leave. But the thing is, you really don't. If you see and their posts make you unhappy, like if they're constantly posting this negative stuff that you just really do not want to see right now, or if they're posting about how great their life is and you just really aren't feeling that right now. Ooh, the light has changed. And you're just really not feeling that right now. All it takes is like one click, boom. Negativity removed from your life. And of course they may ask you about it, and then in which case you can just say like, I wasn't really feeling the sort of things you were posting. It says, I'll probably follow you back later. It's, yeah, if they contact you at all, I mean. You can just purify your feed, like take a look to see what makes me happy, what brings me joy, what's pointing me on the right path. Do I need this? Do I want this? All those questions, all good questions. Number 11, take one small step towards your future every day. You've probably heard this one before, but it doesn't hurt to reiterate it. One thing you could do is if you're trying to write a novel, try to write one sentence every day. And it doesn't sound like much, and it probably isn't much. It'll probably take you all of maybe a minute. You just write down, the cat laughed. And that's it. But pretty soon those sentences will stack up, and you'll be beginning to see the works of chapter 1. And then after chapter 1, you'll see the works of chapter 2. And then after that, maybe you'll see like a whole section of book. And then maybe after that, you'll get to the half mark, the midway mark, the 25,000 words. And then afterwards, you'll see your whole novel sitting in your hand. And maybe it's not a novel, maybe it's a channel, maybe you record 30 seconds a day or 60 seconds a day. It doesn't even have to be long. Just set aside a little chunk of time, no matter how little it is. Every little bit helps when you're trying to get to your goal. Maybe if you want to be an actor, you could watch like a little YouTube video about like how to do a convincing British accent. I've seen plenty of those. I thought about looking at them, but I haven't because they were long. But that's just it. See, I stopped myself because they were long. But if I'd been watching a minute every day of those 30-minute videos, I'd have a really convincing British accent right now. Hello, mate. No, that's Australian. And that's not even really I don't know why I'm American, guys. Okay, no. But actually, one small step for you, one giant step for your future. So commit to one little thing each day, no matter how small, even if it's just a single minute of time, a couple seconds. Commit to something that you think will put you on the path towards getting a goal that you would really like. Number 12, write a handwritten note to someone special every month. This is really weird because we don't usually write handwritten notes anymore. We send an email or we send a little text message or we call someone. But receiving a handwritten note in the mail can be really exciting. I've gotten some of these before and it's like, ooh, because you get to open it and you get to see like their handwriting and a little bit of their personality too. It's a little different. It feels a little more personal. And also it just shows that you really cared about them to take the time to write a handwritten note. So every day I'd encourage you, pick someone in your contacts or pick someone who you haven't seen in a while or who you have seen in a while and you just want to give a little thoughtful surprise to. Write a note. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You could like literally take a sheet of printer paper and write, hey man, what's up? I went to the dog park the other day. There was a large dog there, what do you know? But there was also a cat. Just tell like a story or something. It'll make them smile, it'll make you smile. And I think even if you just do one a month, you'll have 12 letters, 12 personal sparks of joy by the end of December. Number 13, go for a walk or take up Pokemon Go. During quarantine, it can be really stressful because we're seeing a lot of the same place over and over and over again. And it can begin to feel like the same place or the same people or the same things you're interacting with are the entire world. And when we shrink our worlds like that, we kind of shrink our feelings too, and our emotions, and our lives, and our joys, and the intensity of everything. When you go for a walk, this is what I started when I started taking up Pokemon Go. That's why I mentioned it. That was something that encouraged me to go for walks, was I felt the immensity of the world. I would go for a walk and I would see the mountains in the distance and I'd be like, wow, I could just keep running. I could just keep running and go and I could never stop. And it would always be another thing there. And just that knowledge, it really freed me from a lot of the stuff I was going on at the time, a lot of the stuff I was struggling with. It really helps to be reminded of how small you really are in this world. So, with that philosophical debate out of the way, with that philosophical conversation out of the way, just go for a walk. The fresh air will do you good. The exercise will do you good. And seeing the beauty of the natural world, that can always calm some stress down or help remind you of your dreams. Number 14, and this is a hard one. I tried this one. So I'm not sure why this is on my easy list because this one is really hard, but if you're up for a challenge, this one is one that could really benefit you. Not only your relationships with other people, but your relationship with yourself, the way you perceive the world, everything. This will really help you. And this is saying 2 positive things for every negative thing. And the way this might be, I would smell Brenda's nachos and I'd be like, oh man, that smells bad. But then I have to catch myself and say, oh, I said something negative. So now I have to say 2 positive things. So I can say, but if you cooked them at home, that means that you're still doing a better job than me, who didn't cook anything at home, and I like your hair. Let's see how she feels about her nachos then. I don't know. This doesn't give you license to say negative things, but what it does is it brings you back in check and say, every time I say something negative, I have to be positive as well, because I want the positive to outbalance the negative in my life. I think that's something we would all agree on. We all want positive over negative, but the way to make that happen is by a lot of hard work, by making ourselves go and make that change and choose the positive over the negative. Number 15, plan to have the hardest things in your day come first. So if there's a paper that you've really been dreading writing, go, and the very first thing I want you to do today is go and write that paper. And then once you've written that paper, after you've done whatever your morning routine is, I guess, after you've done that paper, you will feel so free. You will feel so relaxed. The biggest thing is out of the way. It is done. You don't have to think about it. Done. And then you can just go on to easier tasks, and you'll feel much more accomplished, because your willpower is higher in the morning. It'll probably help you write that essay better than you would have at night. Getting the hardest thing out of the way can really refresh you and show you what you're capable of, even if you don't really feel like you're capable. Number 16, listen to more in your conversations. Something I think we're all guilty of is we see our lives as like this big, the main event, like the main thing. Or maybe that's just teenagers because our brains are like loopy or whatever. But I have a tendency of seeing my life as like the thing. Like I want everyone to know about like this thing, this wonderful thing that is my life, and like all the highs and all the lows and all the joys and all the sorrow, intense suffering of the American teenager, as you can see. I don't know. I feel like a lot of times in conversation, a lot of the reason I'm there is to position myself to like just say stuff. And that's really not why I'm there. Like I examine the thing and I'm like, that's really not why I talk to people. If I wanted to say stuff, I could look at my mirror and go, Patience, wow, have you heard about this crazy thing that happened to me today? I could do that to myself, but I don't. I want to talk to others. And the reason we talk to others really isn't to get it across. We may feel that way in the moment, but the reason we're there is to ultimately soak up their life and to hear about what they care about and to learn more about them. And when we really revert that focus and think, okay, I'm going into this conversation not to spout my own words, but to listen and to really understand them, then you can see all the things that they care about and the way they see their life. You can process the things they do more accurately. You can really see them as a person, not just as a wooden block that you're talking to. And I think that's really important, whether you know them for a long time or you're gonna know them for a short time, or even if you're not really gonna know them at all. Just ask yourself, okay, my goal here is to learn as much about this other person as I possibly can within this conversation. And just ask them what they care about. And it's that simple. Number 17, find a friend with a hard goal. Now you may have one of these goals that is kind of like a good goal, a good healthy goal, but that doesn't necessarily take up too much of your time. But you can always find that one friend who has a goal like go to the gym every single day, or work out for 2 hours, or write a novel in like 15 days, or something insane like that, right? So this goal would be to help them achieve that. Instead of looking at yourself and thinking, how can I improve this? Think like, how can I help other people get to the place they want? And I think that's a needed shift with this goal. This one is probably for someone who enjoys helping others. So just go up to your friend and ask them, be like, hey, do you have a goal? If so, can I be your accountability buddy? Easy as pie, right? So when they're like, oh, I don't feel like going to the gym today, you're like, pack your bags, son, we going to the gym. Or you can be like, yeah, if they're like, you could ask, did you make your bed today? If they're like, no, then be like, make that bed, make it. Yeah, and it might be, don't be pushy, don't be annoying with it, but this could really help you. It can help you build a bond with a friend that they know that you care about them enough to help them get their life the place that they want it to be. And it can also be a really great learning experience for the two of you, because I mean, what are the odds that someone else is helping them with their resolution, right? This is a unique sort of bond you can have. Number 18, set up a sticky note with fun affirmations. This is my sticky wall. These are answered prayers, these are prayer requests, all prayers. But if you didn't have this right here, you could probably take a sticky note and write down an affirmation. And if you wanted, every night you could stick it on your phone. So first thing in the morning, if you want to see your phone, that's what you're going to have to look at first. And if you see something enough times, your brain starts to believe it. So if you write down, I am happy, or I am loved on your affirmation, if you see it every day, after seeing it enough times, you'll start to believe it. And I think that's a really powerful thing, you know? Number 19, cut a phrase. Okay, so if you listen to me, there are a couple words you've noticed that I use quite frequently. There's yeah, I don't know, and like, and you know. I'm fine with all of those except for I don't know. I don't know how or where it slipped into my vocabulary, but I don't know has been peppering my vernacular for quite some time. And I really don't like it. I feel like I initially added it to like soften the blow of like, I'm really sure of what I want to do, but like, I don't know. I feel like, see, there it is, right? I don't know. It weakens everything I just said before the thing. And when I really care about something, I don't want to add I don't know to it because I care about the thing. I don't want it to be like a maybe, hope so kind of. So maybe there's something like this for you that you feel really strongly about, or maybe there just isn't. But either way, look at the words that you're saying most often and see what you come up with. See, do I like these words? Am I okay with this? Is this a part of my lingo? Or do I maybe need to like get rid of this because this is ruining the impact of what I say? Either way, there's probably something you can cut. So find that thing and then you can really work hard to cut the habit and make sure that thing doesn't happen. Number 20, sit by sunlight every day. Whether this is positioning your desk over to a window or taking a walk or even walking from your house to your car, this can really, really help. This can help you soak up the sunlight, it'll make you happier, it'll make you feel more refreshed. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be hard, it just has to be sun. And I think this is something we can all benefit from. Alright, that's all. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a great and glorious new year full of everything you dreamed, and lots of fun surprises along the way. Alright, bye guys, see you next time.